This conference will now be recorded.
अब आ रही है मेरी आवाज?
यस सर, अब आ रही है।
हाँ, तो बस यही है कि आप लोग अपनी एक वीडियो बना लो और उस आपके इंटरनल असेसमेंट में ठीक है ना? कोमल,
यस सर।
कुछ कहना चाह रहे हो?
नहीं तो कुछ नहीं कहना चाह रही थी।
अच्छा, तो और बताओ, और कोई क्वेश्चन क्यूरी हो तमन्ना आपकी?
नो सर, बस वही था।
ओके, तो बस
हाँ सर,
यही
मेरे
है।
को ना डाउट था। मैं फर्स्ट चैप्टर पढ़ रही थी ना, तो उसमें मेरे को एक दो डाउट आए थे। एक बारी वो सर मेरे क्लियर कर दो।
कौन से सब्जेक्ट में?
एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप सर। एक
हाँ
तो ये
बताओ।
था कि एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप प्रोसेस क्या होता है, और एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप प्रोसेस में और मॉडल ऑफ स्टार्टअप वेंचर में क्या डिफरेंस है। और
देखो,
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन था सोर्स ऑफ बिजनेस फाइनेंस।
सोर्स ऑफ
इसके 12 पॉइंट्स थे, वो मेरे को। सोर्स ऑफ बिजनेस फाइनेंस, इसमें था रिटेन्ड अर्निंग्स, ट्रेड क्रेडिट, फैक्टरिंग, लीज फाइनेंसिंग, पब्लिक डिपॉजिट्स, सब ऐसे पॉइंट्स थे इसमें। सो ये मेरे को समझ नहीं आया था।
हाँ, देखो, सोर्स ऑफ फाइनेंसिंग का मैंने आपको ना पूरा चैप्टर पूरा अच्छे से करवाया था, और इसकी रिकॉर्डिंग आप वो सुन लोगे तो आपको ज्यादा बेटर रहेगा। उसके बाद अगर आपको उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम आती है, फिर आपको क्वेश्चन मुझे बताइएगा कि आपको कौन सा सोर्स ऑफ फाइनेंस समझ में नहीं आया, है ना? तो सोर्स ऑफ फाइनेंस के लिए तो बेटर यही रहेगा। हो सकता है कि आपका स्किप हो गया होगा वो लेक्चर, आप एब्सेंट होंगे, तो उसमें मैंने
यस
आपको
सर।
बताया मनी, इंक्यूबेटर्स, इसके बारे में। तो वही होता है सोर्स ऑफ फाइनेंस बेसिकली, है ना? तो उसकी वीडियो भी रिकॉर्डेड है, यूट्यूब पे ही है। अगर कहोगे तो मैं लिंक भेज दूंगा, तो आप वो सुन
हाँ सर,
लीजिए।
वो मैं
सोर्स
देख लूंगी।
और बिजनेस प्रोसेस जो होता है ना, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का मॉडल बताया था। एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का मॉडल
यस सर।
बिजनेस प्रोसेस के अंदर आता है, ठीक है, जिसमें कि हमारी 4 चीजें होती हैं: इन्वायरमेंट, प्रोसेस, पीपल, है ना? तो ये एक मॉडल जो है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप जो प्रोसेस के अंदर आएगा, कंसेप्चुअल मॉडल के बाद इसके अंदर क्या क्या स्किल्स रिक्वायर्ड होती हैं, ये सब आएंगी, ठीक है? और दूसरी चीज के बिजनेस प्रोसेस के अंदर है ना भाई, आप क्या बिजनेस शुरू कर रहे हैं, उससे रिलेटेड प्लानिंग, स्ट्रैटेजीज, ठीक है? और आपका फाइनेंस, ये सारी चीजें आ जाती हैं बिजनेस प्रोसेस के अंदर बेसिकली।
सर बिजनेस प्रोसेस का मतलब इसका मेन मतलब ये है ना कि लाइक जैसे हम बिजनेस स्टार्ट करते हैं, तो उसमें स्टार्टिंग से लेके एंड तक क्या क्या हमें प्रिपरेशन या फिर कैसे एग्जीक्यूट करना होता है।
राइट, यही होता है इसका मतलब, यही और वो ही बिजनेस प्रोसेस। मतलब कि पता क्या है, ये नाम अलग दे दिया, घूम फिर के बात वो सेम ही है सारी। आपके सिलेबस में अगर आप देखोगे ना, बस टॉपिक का नाम अलग है, बाकी उसके अंदर जो पॉइंट्स आएंगे ना वो सारे सेम है लगभग। अगर आप
सर
मतलब कि गलत नहीं होगा अगर आप इसके अंदर कंसेप्चुअल मॉडल या वेंचर डेवलपमेंट का प्रोसेस लिख देते हो ना, अगर आप बिजनेस
यस
प्रोसेस
सर।
में। वेंचर डेवलपमेंट प्रोसेस क्या है? सेम ही तो है, वो भी तो बिजनेस ही है। वेंचर डेवलपमेंट भी तो बिजनेस ही है।
सर वही मैंने देखा कि एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप प्रोसेस में भी वही पॉइंट्स आ रहे हैं और मॉडल ऑफ स्टार्ट एंड इन्वेंशन में भी वही प्रोसेस है। तो मैंने कहा क्या
दे
कुछ डिफरेंस हो, तो शायद मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा।
सिमिलर थिंग्स, समझना, कुछ फर्क नहीं है, अलग नहीं है,
ओके।
ठीक है ना?
यस सर।
हाँ, तो कोई मुश्किल नहीं है। ये अच्छा है कि आपने मेरे से पूछा, आपके जो क्वेश्चन क्यूरीज है, आपको कुछ नहीं करना, बस आपको सिमिलर चीजें हैं उन्हीं को ही बार बार रिपीट करना है। तो आपको एक बार ये अच्छे से जो मेन टॉपिक्स हैं वो अच्छे से पढ़ लोगे ना, तो सब टॉपिक्स सॉरी क्लियर हो जाएंगे, राइट?
यस सर।
इसीलिए मैं आज मुझे लगा कि ये क्वेश्चन क्यूरीज आप लोगों की पाएंगी, इसीलिए आज मैं आप लोगों के लिए ना जो टॉपिक लेके आऊँ वो लेके आऊँ बिजनेस मॉडल। बिजनेस प्रोसेस समहाउ इज द सेम थिंग। तो इससे आपको और डाउट क्लियर हो जाएगा कि बिजनेस मॉडल और बिजनेस प्रोसेस क्या होता है, किस तरीके से हमारे चलते हैं। ठीक है, तो लेट वी बिगिन विद द चैप्टर। ध्यान से सुनिएगा, ये नैप्टेल का वो है, रिकॉर्डेड सेशन है। स्क्रीन शेयर कहाँ से होती है? आई होप कि मेरी स्क्रीन आपको विजिबल है। मेरी स्क्रीन विजिबल है आपको?
नो सर।
स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रही?
नहीं सर।
आर यू श्योर?
यस सर।
तमन्ना आपको दिख रही है? तमन्ना,
यस
सचिन?
सर, मेरे को दिख रही है।
सब विजिबल
मेरे
है।
को दिख रही है।
ओके, तो हम ये सेशन शुरू करते हैं। आप ये सुनिएगा ध्यान से। ये है बिजनेस मॉडल क्या होता है और किस किस तरीके से बिजनेस मॉडल हम शुरू कर सकते हैं।
Something is a model,
आवाज आ रही है?
then it must have attributes that can be followed or replicable. Models
आवाज आ रही है आप लोगों को?
यस सर।
are definitely
सर अब आवाज नहीं आ रही, शायद आपने म्यूट कर दिया है।
there are so many issues.
हेलो,
यस सर, आवाज नहीं आ रही थी अभी।
अब देखो अब आ रही?
But the,
यस
the
सर, अब आ
point
रही
is
है।
that do we have to follow a perspective, a method, a mode, or business model is more than following a generic perspective? Or actually, is it related to developing business, co-creating business, or creating domains actually? So to elaborate upon this aspect of what should we do, we must look at examples and simultaneously look at the environmental perspective as far as business model goes. I would be deliberating more on the environmental perspective and business scenarios and business environment in subsequent sessions. But inevitably, it has to be brought in as far as the model and the situation goes. So the conventional aspect of looking at business model is that I have a product and I charge for that product. For example, I sell tires, I sell software, I charge for that. It can be per usage factor also. It can have a rental value also. It can have other attributes also. Then there exists so many associated elements to that. How would customers like to receive their products, their services, and so on. So there is a frame, there is a methodology which conventionally is followed. Transaction is always involved, profit considerations are there, and so many other elements to support that is there. But apart from conventional times, in contemporary age, where competition is becoming stiff, where so many things are evolving in association to business and conventional business models, we realize that business models have now associated themselves, or let's say organizations have associated their business models with co-creation, creation, and developing business at large. And there are several examples which can be seen at this moment. For example, earlier bicycles were seen as a mode of transport which was utilized by many people to go to their work. Still, people use that bicycles in countries like India, China, Taiwan. It's high in numbers, and in Europe also, people have now started resorting to bicycles for going to their work. People have started going for uh, no vehicle zones as well. Those are environmental considerations again that we will touch upon later. But then you see, going from transition of bicycle being a mode of transport only, we have moved towards bicycle being seen as a mode of recreation also, and mode of pleasure also. So, but then how do we look at this product with an element of transaction? When we look at that a product is changing its profile and organization is changing its segment or expanding its segment, then there are modular considerations which have to be brought in as far as the product or the organization goes. Earlier it was a precise transaction of that if you have this much of money, the price is this, and you can buy the bicycle. Today bicycles are being sold at installments also, because the price is differentiated, the price is high. There is a lot of rental aspect associated to bicycles. There are so many avenues wherein you go around the world and you find bicycles at rental value. And then again, for example, a person purchases so many bicycles and he provides those bicycles on rent. So that again is a differentiated or different business model. Microsoft has a particular kind of a business model. Linux has a particular kind of a business model. We have seen these are common examples. And then there are, you see, for example, banking transactions, loans are given on daily reducing balance also, or let's say fixed interest basis also, and so on. So these elements, they define largely the differentiation of business models. It's a very broad kind of a perspective which I'm presenting right now. But then let me go with different examples to elaborate on the element of co-creation and business development and developing business at large. For example, now look at news and media. It has gone a way ahead as far as the presentation of news and collection of news and collection of information goes. Earlier, it was the channels or the newspapers. They had reporters and journalists. They used to go to people. They used to keep on track of things, and they collect the news and present the news all together, and it was presented in the form of a newspaper, or let's say relayed on a channel through a presenter, and the presenter would read to you, and the news was presented verbatim. Then a scenario came in wherein media changed its profile. Apart from journalists, they started keeping associating stingers. Stingers used to go to a wider area, collect larger level of news, and then that news was collated with several elements and then presented. In the meanwhile, news agencies also evolved, and so many news agencies came into being, and their job was just to collect the news, gather the news, be there where the news is there, or where something is happening, keep track of things, collate the news, and provide to several channels and newspapers and other avenues, other vehicles at a price. And then came a scenario where in news channels or newspapers, they started taking the role of opinion makers as well, wherein they took higher responsibility, and then they went for a shorter kind of a news, daily happenings kind of. And so many news from all over the world, elements of news have been, they started covering several elements of news, several news at a time, and they wanted to enlarge the content as well as the number of happenings to be presented to the people. And channel present or this news presenters, they took the role of facilitators of organizing debates around issues, presenting issues in typical different forms, and the spread became higher and higher, wherein people from all the corners and even citizens, they started participating as citizen journalists, and people from all the corners, they started reporting news in different roles. Some are key journalists or main reporters. Some are stingers. Some are citizen participants or citizen journalists, and some are reporting on phone that this is happening at something is happening at this moment at this particular part of a city, and that can be covered. So that larger participation from all over took news and media towards where business model got associated with co-creation, wherein participation and real-time participation from the viewers or readers came in as reporters, or let's say indicators, who actually are projecting news, or let's say presenting news, or let's say informing about news. And then now has come a time wherein and that thing got associated with response from the sponsors as well. Earlier there were particular conditions of sponsoring, that if this kind of readership would be there, then we would sponsor or we would advertise with the newspaper. Some costs were covered from the newspaper itself or channel itself, and major of the cost was covered from the advertisements and so on. So business model was largely advertising related. It still is, but again the profile has changed. There are many sorts of sponsors or advertisers who have now been associated with news business, because the content, the form, the storylines, they have been evolving. The larger participation of citizens, or let's say readers, or viewers has increased, and so has increased the interest of the advertisers with the perspective of the type of reporters or consumers, or the readers, which is now getting changed. So news and media has evolved from a pure news collection and news disbursement kind of a thing to now larger participatory kind of a business, wherein citizens and readers and viewers are directly participating in real time, and advertisers, looking at that profile, they have started changing the form of their messages and the shape or structure of their campaigns, and the duration of their campaigns, and the length of the advertisements, and the form of the messages, and so on. And the rates or the pricing has also been changing accordingly. So business model has evolved from recently you would have watched that now news channels, they have gone for mobile journalism other than camera based journalism, wherein journalists and stingers and citizen participants and readers and viewers, they are carrying mobiles and they are reporting through their mobiles wherever something is happening. And this is the short form is Mojo, wherein mobile journalism has catched up. And So advertisers are looking at this thing differently, and then that is how revenue models are being reshaped now. Pricing has been reshaped, and revenue models are being reshaped. I would not. I would refrain from going into the details of pricing and those kind of things at this moment, just to give you an elaborative view of that, how co-creation and development of business is changing its profile as far as this perspective goes. For example, local transportation. Past 5 years, we all acknowledge, especially in larger cities, the profile of local transportation has changed so quickly, thanks to Uber and Ola and other taxi service providers, thanks to Metro Rail, which is coming fast. Cities like Delhi and other larger cities, they have full-fledged metro rails running, and then associated transportation modes and models, which wherein we used to stand in queues and we used to wait for long for local transport, and then there were aspects of elements of pricing, and then there were cost considerations, and it was a time-taking procedure basically. Now transportation has moved from that stage to a booking stage, and a real-time kind of, you are standing somewhere and you require a taxi, and you search for where the taxi is nearby, and you order for that, and then there is a price consideration also. Price is fluctuating, and if at that particular moment the price is low, you have an added advantage, and you order the taxi, and taxi comes to you, and the rates are very convenient, and the pricing is according, and then there is a real-time data, who is going to pick you up, what's his telephone number, and so on. So many things have changed. Metro Rail has changed the travel considerations of people. Earlier, local transport was such that you had to travel, or you had to plan from one place to other beforehand. Today, you come out of your house and you know that you would be reaching your destination. It's a matter of your choice and convenience, which mode of transport you pick from where and how. And this transportation models have changed the profile of the business models as far as local transport goes. Earlier, you had to own a taxi to run a taxi. Today, Uber doesn't own taxis at large, and they get associated. They have associated drivers and vehicles, and they channelize those vehicles and drivers and so on, and several other elements have been added to such kind of businesses. Even minibus or airport pickups, or those kind of things are also changing profile in such a fashion wherein people are not owning the vehicles. They are now the facilitators of the vehicles, and as such, retail business has come far from where it was. And I think it is one of the most important aspects to be visualized with the perspective of changes in the business model. Today's news and yesterday's news says that Patanjali has got itself associated with almost 8 online platforms, online modes of sales, wherein Amazon is one of those, and others are there as well. Uh, Earlier, there was no way wherein customer could go somewhere and go on a website and find several product comparisons on the basis of several elements of comparison. Price brackets, the choice of size, the elements of delivery, also the comparison between different products, comparison between different features, and so on. So today we have come of age as far as retail business goes, and it's almost like magic when you have to purchase a product, and customer is always benefited as far as this thing goes. If you want to purchase a high price product or a low price product, you can wait for the right time to be clicked. There are several schemes which are going on. There are several vendors which are being sourced by the platforms, and there are several companies which are feeding these platforms through their products and continuous supply through several retailers and several distributors and so on. And on the one side, it has made things easy. On the other side, price considerations have changed. On the other side, apart from a basic fundamental price, apart from that, the situation has come to a stage wherein prices are continuously being dealt with as far as the margin portion goes, and that makes things more easier actually. Wherein you see, if you have a larger supply and your inventory is getting built up, you can ease the price and customer gets benefited also. And if you don't have that kind of an inventory built up, you can always raise a bit of margin if you find that demand is high. So that gives advantage on both the sides. But looking at the conventional retail scenario and looking at today's scenario, one finds that on a mobile application you can order for almost everything. Recent advertisements of companies like Amazon, they suggest that during Diwalis you don't have to collect things, or New Year's you don't have to collect things and go to several places to purchase and to do shopping. You can do it on your mobile phones, and you can purchase anything in several forms or several designs or several colors, and those are returnable also. So these kind of platforms, these kind of companies, they have not only sourced products from several vendors or several suppliers or several companies, they have provided uh, the pricing in different modes. They have provided the payment modes differently. They have given an ease of installment also. They have given an advantage to the customer in several forms as far as the finance and the pricing element goes. So this model is entirely different from as far as the conventional retail model is, where you had to go to a shop, you had a product in your mind, or when you go to the shop, you are introduced to the product, and the sales efforts of the shopkeeper would instigate your thought process. Then you have an on-spot comparison and you purchase the thing, and you have a backdrop reference of the pricing and the margins of the pricing. You negotiate and then you buy. And online platforms, you are entirely on a different plane, wherein you keep track of how things are going on, and they keep on prompting you with as far as your benefit goes, your liking goes. They have algorithms which suggest that this person who has accessed their website on a particular kind of a date for particular kind of a product choice also likes these kind of products or may like these kind of products, and they keep on prompting you for different kinds of products which are there, and then finally you end up purchasing. Yet to say that what kind of a demand differentiation is being created, or how what kind of business enlargement has been done through these models, but definitely there is a huge change as far as the model situation goes. Education, the platform which we are using right now to deliver education to you, is of age as far as the conventional platforms were there. Today I'm speaking on this camera, wherein this thing would be recorded and relayed as per your choice, and then you can take up the exams, and then you can throw back your questions and we would be answering those questions and so on. There are real-time online platforms also, wherein you can directly attend the classes in the virtual mode and so on. There is no requirement for you to go through several admission tests or several other formalities to join a particular course if you like, and then you don't need to go for entire degree program for attending a particular kind of a subject. And millions of students are getting associated with such kind of facilities which are being generated now. So education has come of age. There was an advertisement recently by a company of mobile phones, wherein they suggested that education can be delivered through mobile phones as well. If music can be delivered through mobile phones, why not education can be delivered through mobile phones? And similarly, the pricing is there. It's a huge cost advantage of as far as online education system goes. And you don't have to change places, you don't have to come. Any person from any part of this world can attend this course if you want. So education has come, and then there is larger content which is being generated, and there is the redundancy of the content has been reduced because now it's online. So people do monitor that what kind of content can be added to the existing content rather than replicating content itself. So I am not sure that if textbooks or the usage of textbooks would be reduced, because there is textbooks, they always have played a fundamental role and a complementary role as well. And I always give credit to the role of textbooks, because you have a collated, collected, systematic text in the textbook. So I don't think that online content, however systematic it is, would be able to replace the textbook structure. But definitely, today you don't need to go for as far as page by page reading goes and so on, and platforms like Kindle or facilitation like Kindle has again supported this kind of thing, that you can read several books simultaneously, or let's say one by one, and similar kind of a text simultaneously. You can pick similar kind of text from several books simultaneously, and then separate that text and work upon that as well. So now, and they have a different kind of a pricing model. Kindle gives you access to Kindle editions and free books as well, and then they charge on the basis of different pricing criteria. So you have to pay for the device, and many a times you read free books. So that is a different kind of a business model, which goes as far as this education perspective also goes. Now comes health, basically. Online platforms and telehealth has come of age, wherein you don't need to be there always in front of the doctor. You can go for your regular treatment online, and you can pay for as far as the lesser time which you consume of the hospitals and the clinics. And the general medicine or OPD is dealt with differently. Many hospitals, as we know, that for example Narayan Hridayalaya, they have setups all over the country, wherein a patient goes to that setup, and a doctor or a medico assists this person to tell about their ailment to the doctor sitting somewhere else, and they talk to each other, and then the doctor on the other side judges that what kind of treatment has to be initiated. And that is a very low cost kind of a thing, which is associated by insurance and insurance facilitation, and everyone is a winner. So and then that is again a different model, which was tried for the first time practically, if I am not wrong. Narayan Hridayalaya associated an insurance component, and then telemedicine, and those kind of things to go for costly surgeries as well. So premium was too low, and that low premium facilitated poor people to be treated. On the other side, Narayan Hridayalaya is not losing on as far as anything goes. They're earning good profits, and insurance companies also earning good profits, and the technology providers are also earning good profits at a very optimal cost. And patient most of the time is the winner, basically, because he's being treated at a very low cost. So that is entirely a different kind of a business model, which we have conventionally seen, and we realize that the best of the health facilitation can be done at a very low price as well, and that can be done by private health service providers rather than government intervening at a cost subsidy and those kind of things. And that has come of age, and that has given an impetus to several other intermediary business models as far as health situation goes. Still, we are not up to the mark to cater to that kind of a situation. So that is a lot can be elaborated as far as business models in different domains go, and there are several examples which I would be elaborating upon as far as the business scenario goes. Now, let's see that if business models are process based, or can we look at business models with the perspective of process? Should we look at the business models with the perspective of marketing? Should we look at the business models with the perspective of revenue only? That what kind of a revenue transaction is going on? It is installment based. It's straight transaction, or what? So what kind of a revenue is being generated? It is generated on the product basis, or let's say per usage basis, and so on. So is it resource based, that I have access to so many resources, I collate those resources, and then I provide those to an individual, so that resource-based kind of a business model? Is it human resource-based? I have access to a particular kind of a human resource who can be utilized for a particular kind of development of product or service, and then I can provide that to, and that focus takes it towards human resource-based business model, basically. Or is it technology-based? That I have a particular kind of a technology and it can be utilized for provision, or let's say service provision or product provision to the customer. So, or is there any other way to understand the basis of business models? So these questions are relevant when we look at the centrality of such kind of aspects, for example, process. Now, if process is at the center of a business model, then definitely we have to acknowledge that it's a process-based business model, wherein process has the larger value. I own the process, and then that process deals with as far as the rest of the business and the part goes. And if other people have to get associated with that process, then also that centrality exists. If I am a marketing-based kind of an organization wherein I source several products and brand them, and people buy it from me, whether it is a recognized brand or not, and so on. So we have to acknowledge that it's a marketing-based kind of a business model wherein other things get subsided in terms of as far as the marketing goes. For example, Walmart definitely is a logistics based as well as marketing based, but business, but their marketing is more dominant as compared to as far as their logistics goes, and that is why Walmart can be seen with the perspective of marketing and sales rather than only logistics. And so the sequence goes marketing, sales, or sales, marketing, and logistics. And several other organizations are wherein their process is of larger value, and they know how to best produce that kind of a product, and rest of the things come after that. Some organizations, they have key human resource or key people in that particular domain associated with them, and that things deal with the rest of the businesses, kind of. And then, as I said, technology as well. So the answer is that no business model can be seen with a singular kind of a perspective. It has to be seen with the centrality of that of a particular kind of a perspective. So if process is dominant, process has to come first, and then rest of the elements have to be complementary as far as that particular business goes. So now, a brief element of business models and business scenario, because as I said that business models cannot be separately seen as far as the scenario goes, and I'll be deliberating upon business scenario more as far as subsequent session goes. So the message here is that business models are directed by business scenario. Business scenario is directed by needs and integration or disintegration of people, how people are integrated or disintegrated with each other. For example, globalized world has presented a different kind of a scenario as compared to what it was. Today, you produce something, and it's a common example, you produce something in China and you sell it somewhere else. So producers are integrated with sellers through different modes of logistics and transportation and technology and other platforms and so on, and trade facilitation is also there and so on. So today, nations or people at large have integrated in different kind of a fashion. Earlier, for example, up till early 90s, India was a closed economy, and our trade was not so integrated with global trade, and our people and our customers were not so integrated with other parts of the world, people of the other parts of the world. So further changes have been brought up by ICT, as we have seen, information and communication technology, wherein several elements have facilitated the integration of people in several modes. For example, I am getting integrated with you wherever you are through this mode of recording, or let's say relay, through information and communication technology. So the conclusion here is that business models are related to the integration and disintegration of people, and as well as evolving needs, or let's say, differentiation of needs into different kinds of wants, if we may say so. Now, let's take examples, as I have suggested also, when we say that business models are associated with different kinds of business scenario, and one of the scenario is associated with integration and disintegration of people. We have examples like manufacturing done by one and marketed by many to several parts of the world. For example, if I have a huge scaled up manufacturing facility with me, I focus only on manufacturing, and there are several marketers who market the products all over the world. Sourcing is done by one and supported by many. I get the material from all over the world, and then I provide to the manufacturers, and they take that material or that product to subsequently make the final products and so on. For example, I source rubber and I give it to tire manufacturers, and several clients and who manufacture tires with different brand names, with different utility, or for different vehicle manufacturers, and those people, they sell those things further to the customers and so on. It depends upon how people are connected and for what purpose, basically. And what element of sourcing is being focused upon, what element of manufacturing is being focused upon, and what element of marketing is being focused upon, but who's doing what actually. So we may say that sometimes it can also be seen with the perspective of consolidation and deconsolidation, wherein larger number of manufacturers, they get consolidated in terms of being one, and that one supports the subsequent manufacturing or distribution, whatever is there. So, but this form of changing integration and disintegration, connectivity of people in different formats, affects the business model at large. I'll be elaborating these kind of things, and then when we talk of innovation after or this session, or let's say in subsequent sessions, and elaborating more on business scenario. Then, as I said, whatever I have tried to suggest up till now is fed by examples like, or supported by examples like Amazon, Uber, Flexitronics, for example. They manufacture a large number of electronic equipment, and they provide those equipment to several electronic manufacturers or marketers who brand that equipment in their own name, and then finish it, or let's say sell it that way only. Amway has a particular kind of a different business model, wherein they make their customers as their distributors, and those distributors, they further create customers, and those customers, they become the distributors, and so on, and they have become so large. If you look at their business profile, Netflix has a different kind of a movie rental system and online moving platform, wherein they send a movie to even your mobile phones. And Patanjali has a particular kind of a business model. Up till now, they have been focusing on Swadeshi, wherein they say that they would be generating everything through the national resources and selling to the nation itself. Now they are slightly moving towards a different element of as far as, or let's say, they are expanding their business model, and they have announced that one of the units which they are generating or developing now, probably in Madhya Pradesh, they would be utilizing the produce of that particular unit to sell their products abroad as well. Grameen Bank Bangladesh has given a different business model to this world, and Muhammad Yunus won Nobel Prize for his pivotal work and concern, which he could project in terms of benefit to several people who could be associated with that business model. Microfinance exists has been there for a long time, but he presented microfinance with a different kind of a perspective, wherein not only he provided finance to the groups who could be mutually responsible for each other, but they guided those groups for developing their businesses and to repay the loans and to propel the business further. A different kind of similar kind of thing was experimented by Kundalai Francis. He also won Raman Magsaysay Award, wherein he projected microfinance with a different kind of a perspective, slightly differentiated business model, but on the similar lines, and so on. And many other such examples have presented the point has been discussed up till now. So I think that is where I should be ending as far as giving a broad profile of business models to you. That how should
So, students, this is all about the business model. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, दिस इज ऑल अबाउट बिजनेस मॉडल। इस सेशन में हमने बात की, आपने सुना हो ढंग से, तो हमने 2-3 बिजनेस उठाए और उनसे रिलेटेड हमने चर्चा की, जैसे कि Amazon, नेटफ्लिक्स, है ना। तो जो ऑनलाइन सेलिंग बिजनेस है बेसिकली वो उठाए और उनसे रिलेटेड बात की और उसमें बताया कि बिजनेस मॉडल किस तरीके से हम बनाते हैं। जैसे कि अगर फॉर एग्जांपल मैं आपको बताऊं कि Amazon आप सभी को पता है, आप सभी जानते हैं Amazon के बारे में। Amazon टॉपेस्ट ऑनलाइन सेलिंग बिजनेस है, जिसमें कि हम अपनी हाउस होल्ड से लेके, अपनी डेली रूटीन से लेके, अपनी डेली लाइफ से रिलेटेड सारी आइटम्स हम ऑनलाइन परचेज कर सकते हैं। हमें कहीं जाने की नीड नहीं है और डोर स्टॉप डिलीवरी वो हमें देते हैं, मतलब कि हमें घर पे ही हमारा सारा मटेरियल दे देंगे इन एक्सचेंज ऑफ मनी, राइट। और उसमें भी समटाइम वी गेट मेगा डिस्काउंट्स लाइक ब्लैक फ्राइडे सेल, स्टॉक क्लियरेंस सेल, तो इस तरीके के ऑप्शंस हमें वहां मिलते हैं। तो जब Amazon के मालिक ने ये सोचा कि ये ऐसा बिजनेस बनाने के लिए, तो पहले उसने छोटे स्तर से ही शुरू किया था, है ना। पहले उसने 10 आइटम ही रखी थी सेलिंग के लिए अपनी साइट पे। एक वेबसाइट बनाई, वेबसाइट पे उसने सिर्फ 10 आइटम रखी और उसने उसको सेल करना शुरू किया। जैसे जैसे वो बढ़ता चला गया, ट्रेंड बढ़ता चला गया, तो आज उसके पास न्यूमरस ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, न्यूमरस ऑफ पीपल्स हैं, न्यूमरस ऑफ कंज्यूमर्स हैं। तो इस तरीके से एक बिजनेस मॉडल सेट किया जाता है कि पहले उसके इफ्स बट्स, एडवांटेजेस, डिसएडवांटेजेस, उसके जितने भी हमारे पर्सपेक्टिव्स होंगे, स्ट्रैटेजीज, प्लानिंग, ये सब बना के, फिर उसकी स्टेज देख के, फिर सोर्स ऑफ फाइनेंस सोच के, ये सब कुछ हमारा बिजनेस मॉडल के अंदर आता है, जिसमें कि हम मार्केट एनालिसिस भी करते हैं, हम कंज्यूमर एनालिसिस भी करते हैं, कंज्यूमर एनालिसिस के बाद हम प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट भी करते हैं, प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट के अंदर हम स्ट्रैटेजीज एंड प्लानिंग्स को इन्वॉल्व करते हैं, राइट। तो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द बिजनेस मॉडल। आई होप कि आपको क्लियर होगा बिजनेस मॉडल। अच्छा, और अब बेसिकली अब जैसे कि आप सभी लोग जानते हैं कि आपका प्रैक्टिकल असेसमेंट जो है इंटरनल के लिए 14 से 19 तारीख रखा गया है। तो सभी अपने प्रैक्टिकल फाइल्स पूरे कर लीजिए, अपनी असाइनमेंट्स पूरी कर लीजिए, है ना। अगर आपके असाइनमेंट और प्रैक्टिकल फाइल्स पूरी नहीं है तो वो पूरी कर लीजिए। कोई क्वेश्चन, कोई दिक्कत आ रही है तो वो मेरे से पूछ लीजिए कि नहीं।
सर,
यस,
जो कन्वेंशन फूड वाला है उसके में जैसे हमने पहले बेकिंग टेकिंग के पीसी लिखे थे, तो उसके लिए ऐसे पीसी लिख दें क्या?
हाँ, कन्वीनियंस फूड मेकर में पीसीज लिख दो सारे, और एक कोई मेगा किचन के बारे में लिख दो जो भी हमने पढ़ी है, ठीक है। ऐसे
ठीक है।
करके वो लिख, और पहला चैप्टर लेकिन वो लिखना जो मैंने आपको इंट्रोडक्टरी करवाया था ना, कि कन्वीनियंस फूड क्या होते हैं, इसकी कैटेगरीज कौन सी होती हैं।
जी जी सर।
समझियो।
सर
हाँ,
सर मैंने तो कन्वेंस फूड का वो कर लिया है प्रैक्टिकल, लेकिन मैंने किया
प्रैक्टिकल
तो उसमें सब पीसी वगैरह ही की थी, लेकिन वो मेरा हो गया है, वो तो मैं नहीं कर पाई जो बता रहे हो।
अच्छा, तो जो बच गया वो लिख लेना, कोई नहीं, अभी तो आपके
पीछे
पास
लिख
टाइम।
लो।
हाँ, अभी तो आपके पास टाइम है, उसमें लिख लो। हाँ, जैसे जो भी बच गया।
सर कब कितने बजे से है?
ये आपको बता देंगे सारा ना, प्लान बना के ये सारा प्लान
ओके
बना के बता दिया जाएगा, ठीक है।
ओके।
हाँ, तो आप अपने ये पूरा करो पहले काम, आपके असाइनमेंट्स पूरी करो। जैसे कि आप मदर सोर्सेज के ऊपर एक असाइनमेंट बना दो, इंट्रोडक्शन टू फूड प्रोडक्शन के, ठीक है। और मदर सोर्सेज के ऊपर एक असाइनमेंट बना दो, और एक असाइनमेंट आप कन्वीनियंस फूड मेकर की तो आप लोगों ने बनाई थी, मेगा किचन की, जो मैंने आपको दी थी, है ना। इसके अलावा इसमें जो ये वाला है, ईडी का जो सब्जेक्ट है, इसमें भी बना दो। राइट, तो एक मिनट में आपके अटेंडेंस लगा दूं आपकी। आज है 14। प्लीज अटेंडेंस बोलो दिनेश।
यस सर।
कोमल, कोमल, अंकित,
यस सर।
सुबेदीन,
यस सर, वो मेरा नेट चल रहा था तो वो खुल नहीं पा रहा था, मैंने मैसेज कर दिया है।
सुबेदीन,
यस सर।
सुबेदीन के बाद नरेंद्र,
प्रेजेंट सर।
सचिन, सचिन, सचिन के बाद तमन्ना। ओके, सो okay, so this is all your today's session. I hope कि आपको कोई इशू, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा। अगर कोई हो, कोई क्वेश्चन, कोई क्यूरी आपको आती है तो आप कभी भी पूछ सकते हैं, प्लीज लेट मी नो, ठीक है। तो अभी हम यहीं पे बंद कर रहे हैं, नेक्स्ट हम मिलेंगे 10 बजे।